Hey YouTube, how's it going? I thought I would do a quick video about the downfalls of the 14-hour rule. Notice I didn't say e-logs. But e-logs definitely makes it tougher because you can't fudge it a little bit on days like today. So last night I shut down in Roland, Oklahoma, which is about right there on the border of Oklahoma and Arkansas on I-40. And I was 90 miles from my customer there in Bentonville. Of course, they got the big mountains up there through there on I-49. So, you're not making the best time. And then there was a lot of stop and go traffic there in Bentonville. So I show up to the customer, drop my loaded trailer. There's no empties, but I have to search the whole premise for all of them. And they had a bunch of orange trailers, but they were filled with product. So I had to do an exceptions on our thing, and Qualcomm tells the mothership that we don't have an empty, so they send us somewhere else. Well, there's a drop lot there in Lowell, Arkansas, so it sent me there. A lot of stop and go traffic. It took me 25 minutes just to go 10 miles. And then get there, and there's no empties there either. So I have to put in my exceptions again, and then we get our assignment. I gotta go all the way to Joplin, which is 20 miles further than where I'm going to Neosho to pick up. So I get there, and they had an empty, so I had to hook up to that, had to check in and out of that place, and then I came here and I checked in. As of right now, I've only got an hour and 31 minutes left before I have to take my 30-minute break. So basically I've burned 6-something hours, and I've only gone 186 miles. This is why I book a lot of open window appointments, because of things like that. So that's the 14-hour rule that just kicks your butt. And if these people take forever to load me, that's going to kill that. But I won't be late for load. However, it does make me later to pick up my next load, which, you do that every other day, you're going to lose revenue by not being able to run, the amount of miles that you want to run in the day. So now some people might sit there and say, well, that e-logs, blah, 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 e-logs this and e-logs that. No, the e-logs just make it to where I have to be truthful, because in a paper world, one might be able to fudge it and say, well, I only did 186 miles at 62 or 64 miles an hour, which is what I used to log on the paper. Hell, I can run until midnight tonight if I wanted to. I could still do 600, 500 miles or 400 something miles, and get this load delivered tomorrow. Well, the customer won't take me early, so that wouldn't help anyways. But self-dispatch is definitely an advantage when it comes to the e-log mandate. So, but yeah, that's not the e-log's fault. That's the 14-hour rule, because things happen, man. Traffic, construction, mountains. I dealt with all of that. I even dealt with some rain. And then playing trailer search, it killed a lot of my time. So I'll do a 30-minute break here. And then I'll have, let's see, what will I have? I'll have 7 hours and 28 minutes. Well, I'll have 7 hours left in my 14. And that's cutting into my drive time. So there you go. So for all of you that are not on e-logs yet, if and when that mandate happens, these are the kind of days that are going to mess you up. These are the kind of days that get frustrating. And that's not the e-log's fault. That is the 14-hour rule. The only way I could stop that 14-hour rule is if I show 8 hours right here. Then I'll gain all my time that I had before I started. Unfortunately, the Big Orange does not let us use the 8-2 split, And I used to be the master at the A2 split. I had to use it many times when I was a company guy. And I had to use it a couple of times at Landstar. But here we're not allowed to use it. Why? Because it gets complicated and they don't want us to screw up a load because we don't know how to plan that 8-2 split. Anyways, everybody be safe. Click on the bell. Subscribe. You know the drill. I mean, it's kind of repetitive, but they say it helps your algorithms or whatever if you say all that stuff. I do appreciate you guys watching my videos. And yeah, so see ya.